Oh, okay. I think so. I have found it.
I have my song. If we can start.
Okay.
Awesome. Let's go.
Yeah, I got it.
For me,
Okay, let's
I
get
think
started. So I'll just take volunteers first, and then we'll go from there. So Ms. Brown, please delight us with the song and mood that you would like to go with.
So my song in this present day and time is a song called Silence by Anthony Evans. And basically the words of the song is saying, maybe God is speaking through the silence and maybe that's all I need to hear. Because right now I'm feeling a little not sure of some decisions that I need to make or what direction I need to go. And I'm like, okay, I need God to tell me something, but I don't feel like I'm hearing anything. But the words are maybe you're speaking through the silence and maybe that's all that I need to hear. So girl, just calm down, relax, and everything is gonna be okay. So that's the song that's currently playing for me.
I love that. Thank you for
That's
sharing.
good.
Next volunteer. Okay, Mr. Lewis.
Marvin Gaye, what's going on?
Yes, I love that one.
Yeah, that's a throwback, you know.
So what mood would you say goes with that one?
I would probably say just like with the civil rights movement and all the things that went on, you know, we're kind of at a crossroads, you know, in our society with all, you know, everything that's going on. And it's just, you know, we don't just, there's a lot of disillusionment about which direction should we take, you know, and just it reminds me of that time frame, you know, even though I was a kid, you know,
Okay.
that.
Excellent. I can see the parallels for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the next volunteer, please.
Okay, out, Miss Henry. So there are times when I'm feeling anxious or having anxiety, or just need a little boost of encouragement. There are times I do feel discouraged. And so I always listen to inspirational songs, theocratic songs. And so these theocratic songs, one that I particularly love the most is called Inspired by Your Wonders. And so the song, when you listen to the lyric and the wording, is talking about God's wonders, just like listening to the birds sing, listening to the stars fading in the morning sky, in the morning light. And so when you look at God wonders and look at all he creates, then you're in awe of how he takes the time to look at me or to look at us. And so when you listen to the lyric and you think about all the wonders that he created, the birds, the stars, the trees, the ocean, and he takes time to look at me and listen to me, listen to how I'm feeling, anxious or discouraged. And so that song's put a smile on my face because it helped me to see all the things that my God Jehovah is created and have created. And it fills me with awe just by looking at the wonderful things that he's created. And honestly, the song just makes me so happy. I do start dancing. Sometimes it does make me cry. But overall, it makes me cry because of the inspiring of knowing how God feels about me, knowing that what I'm going through sometimes is only temporarily, and knowing that he's there for me in times of distress. And so it's a wonderful song, and it just makes me so joyful and so happy for the way that I'm feeling. I just put that in the back, and I'm just happy and just love being around joyful, positive, and happy people all the time. And happy.
Thank you so much. I'm gonna check out these songs, by the way. These sound awesome. Besides the Marvin Gaye, of course, I know that song.
That's a great song.
Thank you for sharing that, Miss Henry. Who would like to be next?
Okay, I'm gonna go.
Okay, Miss Wayne.
I stuck with the songs that you already had on there, so I picked Mad by Neo and Keep Your Head Up by Tupac because this is like a very frustrating situation It's like we always weren't having to do all this, but you know, we are, so I'm just trying to stay positive and keep trucking along and doing what I can.
Good.
Pop,
Love it. Love it.
Love that. Keep your head up.
Figure how it goes. Yeah.
I was jamming earlier. I was making
Things are
that.
gonna
Thank
be-
you so much
Okay,
for
I get it.
going with my songs and sharing, Miss Lane.
Miss
I
Lane,
appreciate
could
that.
you hum that tune to kind of remind us, please? No, I think it's ooh, child. I think, yeah, okay, I get it now. I mean that. We're all musical, at least
Exactly. Okay, thank you for sharing, Miss Lane. Let's see. We have some people that are kind of quiet. Let me hear from maybe Miss Scott.
Scott.
Miss Scott. Is she there?
She might be.
Maybe she.
I'll go, Miss Bird.
Other volunteers, fine.
I'll go, Miss Bird.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead, Miss Scott. Is that Miss Scott?
Miss Scott's not in.
Oh,
Can y'all hear me?
I'm
Yeah,
gonna mute
yeah, we
my
can hear you.
mic because
Can everybody hear me?
yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, that's
okay.
Miss Misha.
Miss Misha.
My gonna be "Never Would Have Made It" by Marvin Sapp.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a good
Y'all
one.
just know that I went on spring break and I went to Africa
Ooh.
and I got stuck and the embassy had to come and rescue me. So I've never been in another country and they canceled all my flights. And
Oh.
so I literally was stuck. And I called the embassy and I let them know what was going on. And they got me an emergency flight out. And first flight was canceled. Like we came to the airport. They refused to let the pilots land. They told them they would have to do a 14-day quarantine if they
Oh my
land.
God.
See the plane, but we couldn't get on it. So 2 days later, they tried it again, and this time they let them land. So I took a direct flight home, a 20-hour flight.
Ooh.
Wow. Good
With
for
everybody
you. Good for you.
up in DC, and they told me I need to find my way home.
Wow.
So it was crazy. And when I got back home, my neighbor called the police because she knew I had been to Africa and I was outside. And she
Oh
quarantined.
no.
So you just got
The
back?
police showed up at my house.
Oh, man.
Wow.
I wasn't under a mandatory 14-day quarantine, and I had to show them paperwork and prove it. But it was an experience. And even while I was in Africa, the 1 week where we started back, I still had to do all my schoolwork. So I had to get someone to do a special server just for me to be able to do my work. So y'all,
Wow.
yes.
That's
So when I
good.
finally made it back, I'm asthmatic. And I chose that song too because I'm scared because of me being asthmatic. If I get sick with something like that, I can really, really die. Like so I've been in the house a lot and I have all my asthma medicine ready to go.
Cool.
Good for you.
Can we ask what part of Africa did you visit?
I was in Nigeria
Ooh.
for like 2 weeks.
Okay. Awesome.
And actually over there, they're actually doing the quarantine the way we should be doing it. Every place you have to wash your hands before entering. Everybody has a mask on and you get arrested if you're not doing it.
Oh, you get arrested. Oh, wow. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So I was scared coming back here because I got in the airport and people weren't wearing a mask.
Oh,
And I'm
wow.
like, oh, geez. I think things are getting more serious and people are not realizing it.
Well, our dear president had said that he thinks that states should consider letting schools go back. I mean,
That's just stupid.
well, the way my wife's a nurse, so the way the virus works, basically like the flu, everybody's going to have to get it for us to build immunity, even though they, make a vaccine. But we're all basically going to have to get corona. I mean, you think about it. Anyway.
scaring all of us is the uncertainty. We don't know what's
Mhm.
going to happen, how it's going to happen, and this is the first time it's happening on this.
Yeah.
And we can't even answer that for our own kids, our students. We can't prep them for this because we don't know ourselves.
Right. All right, let's talk about something else.
I had no idea that you went through all that, and I'm just glad that you're here safely.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and I'm just that's the main thing, especially when you were talking about your asthma and all of that. So just thank God for that.
Mhm.
I love the song he chose. I almost put that on there. That song brings me to tears every time. It's just so good. Like he's just singing from deep within. So I appreciate you for sharing your story, and I'm just glad you're back in America, in
Mhm.
Texas specifically.
Mhm.
Thank you. Who else has not shared? We have Miss Scott still that hasn't shared. Is there anyone
I'm here.
else
I'm
that
ready
would
to
like
share.
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, you all. Good to see your faces. Bless you. I'm glad you all chose these activities, Miss Berg, because I love music, and you are absolutely choosing something that we can all get into and show our own personal character
Yeah.
faces moment. So, Mrs. Oh my goodness.
That's Miss West.
No, Mrs. Misha, thank you for sharing your story. And yes, ma'am, um, absolutely never would have made it without the Father letting you get back here. But my song that I chose, I'm actually going to, my song I'm going to actually share with you all. My song is Psalms 23, I Am Not Alone. The live version I just tagged it and put it in the chat room there. And it just speaks volumes as in the title it says, we are not alone. When the Father, he protects and keeps us and guides us along the way. So when you have time of your own, meditate on that song, listen to the words, and it's absolutely true. In the midst of this corona situation, whatever it may be, you are not alone. You have him to keep you you. So bless y'all. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you for letting me speak.
Yay.
Thank you, Miss
Yeah.
West.
Mhm.
All right. Well, if there is no one else that would like to share, going once, going
I
twice.
missed, excuse me, can you hear me?
Yes,
Hello?
ma'am.
Go,
I can
Scott.
hear
Go,
you.
Scott.
I missed Miss Micho's intro into her statement. I missed most of that. So last time I saw Micho, she was on her way to Jamaica. And I said, Micho, don't go to Jamaica. They don't want you to fly. You said, girl, I got my ticket. I'm going. Then I catch the end of this. So she flew to Nigeria. A daredevil, for real. Micho, you need to behave. You get those bangs clips and sit down. I worried about you that whole week, that first week, that first spring break. I said, oh my God. I told Lewis, I said, Micho is going to Jamaica for spring break. He said, well, she'll be all right. You know, she's daredevil. I say, yeah, but it's on the planes. I'm glad you're back. But I mean, don't fly anywhere else. I don't care how long we're at home. You just gonna stay at home. Okay. So I don't have a song. I can't sing, but I do have a song I would like to play just a little bit of it, just to add just a little laughter. This is my song every time, you might feel down in the dumps and you want to kind of self-motivate, pick yourself up, get a little full of yourself, I play this particular song and let me see if it will cooperate. I don't know. Let's see if you can hear a little of it. It's coming on. I realize because I've been why, when, and where. We're all places and a road is still and always will be a road.
Oh, yeah.
Ashamed of the way your life made with a trial.
I just want her to sing in one line. There it is. So that's my little piece for today. That's my pick me up. I mean, whatever it is, you hold the power. And we're going to be all right through all of this. You just learn all new things. You learn how to save money. You quit eating out. I mean, you stay in your house. You entertain yourself. You find new friends online. You know, it's going to be okay. I just feel like it's just a new way to define who you already were, you know?
Yeah.
And that's it. What was the grade situation with I turned mine in by the time I got that text from Miss Narcisse. I had already turned my grades in.
It hasn't been decided. She'll most likely reach out again about the update. I think they're just considering everything that we talked about in that last virtual meeting. So they're just trying to find, equity in this situation, which is very difficult because some people have resources and other, people do not have the online resources.
Yeah, I just did a default 70 for everybody, and those who turn in the assignments, I just put all the assignment turners in at 100, and it balanced out because with 4 grades, even if you had 2 100s and 2 70s, it was still a good balance. And so then just since this progress report, just move on, and I'm going to add 4 more assignments once they verify the grades. Once they go ahead and pull the grades, and I'll add the other 4 assignments there.
Okay. That sounds like a good plan. But yeah, we'll get an update sometime. So look out for that. What I do want to talk about, since we are talking about platforms, just like in the classroom, we should be encouraging some type of academic conversation or discourse. So I'm going to share some ways that I've encouraged discourse in my distance learning classroom. And then I would like, just for some volunteers to share, 1 or 2 ways that they've seen it, that they've been implementing it in their classroom. So one way that's my favorite that I just started during these times is Goodreads. It's a book website, and you can write reviews, you can join discussion groups. It's just a good way to interact with other book lovers about the book that you're reading. You can put like what you're currently reading. You can have like a little shelf to show all the books you've read, and you can also have different lists for maybe you like romantic novels. You can have different lists for that. You can have, you could categorize it. You could have a list of books you want to read, that sort of thing. And a way that I've kind of encouraged the conversation is just I'll model it and post. Like I'm reading Anger is a Gift. It's on Mac and Via, and it's really good. It's about a Black kid in Oakland, California, and it kind of hits on like police brutality and just things that kids kind of talk about in general right now. I'm so sorry, y'all. They're doing yard work right outside my door. Anyway, so that's the book I'm reading right now, and so I'll post about it, whatever topic. Like this week, we're talking about writer's voice. And so I wanted them to pay attention to how the author is showing their voice through the characters and with the word choice and tone in their book. And so I'll post, and then they'll post, and then they'll comment on other classmates' posts. I just require
What's the
them
title?
the
Title?
title of my book, or
Yes. Yes.
oh,
Title. of the book.
anger is a gift.
Okay. Okay.
Cool.
And so they're loving it. A lot of kids that ordinarily wouldn't even participate are participating now. I guess it's less pressure when you can kind of construct your responses, you know, at your own pace. And so I only require them to do one post a week so that it's not overwhelming, and they love it. So that's the main way that I've done it. And then if you just kind of like, I just want to stick to teams. I created another channel. You know how it says general when you're on teams, like with the different groups that you have? Yeah. You can add another channel. And so I have a channel called Class Combo. And so I'll do like, you know, just random posts throughout the week just to kind of keep them engaged and stuff like that. So that's another way that you could encourage it if you want it all in one place. What are some other ways that you all are creating a medium for conversation in your classrooms?
I think with what I've been, Miss Underwood showed me this application called Khan Academy, and it has where you can, for our learners, do reading and comprehension, some grammar, but it's in a game form. And so you can play the game with the kids, which I do, and then the kids come back and then they answer the questions. So there's like, I'm doing a story now, a story on Jackie Robinson, and it's his whole, but it's tailor specific for my kids' learning level. So there's some interesting things that they're learning and doing but it's in a game form. And so it takes away from it basically makes it more interesting and gets kids more engaged, and you know, so the ones that are participating. So that's my goal, is to get more people to participate. So anyway, Khan Academy.
Awesome. Yeah. I love Khan Academy. It's really great. You should look into Ed Puzzle because they have Khan Academy content, a lot of it, and they have guiding questions. So, you know, they could be, you know, conversing with you, the teacher.
Okay, because I'm learning all this stuff. Yeah, if I could get email it to me, I'll use it. Yeah.
Yes, I'm gonna post these different resources on our teams page.
Yes, please do post them on the team.
And I wasn't aware of these. Anything that you share, y'all, I would like you to post it as well, just so we can have, you know, a list of things that people can try either this year or next school year.
Okay, cool.
Okay, another volunteer, please.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Is that Miss Giddens?
Yay!
Hey, Miss Giddens.
Hey, okay, so for me, communicating with my kids, I'm still on the picture thing. So I have anchor charts everywhere still. But I use Edmodo, but I use Google Forms instead of, so you can create assignments on Edmodo, and it's kind of like a watered down version of like a Facebook type thing where you can post. So that's how the kids talk to each other, because I'm having a problem with like doing something live like Teams, because I have kids who don't do their work until like 4 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning. I told them, I think all of them but one, their parents are working. Their parents have never stopped working. So it's hard to get them at one time. So I do a lot of recordings. I created my own little unlisted YouTube channel. So I got comments on my videos. I feel like on my read alouds and my think alouds. So the kids comment on the videos. But I use Google Forms because they can type back to, instead of them just doing multiple choice questions or them just doing the assignment, they can type on there. And so I can see what their thinking is as they're going through the lesson, because I will give them a video, some questions, some open space to type, another video. So it's almost like they can talk to me like they would normally, but it's through videos.
Right.
That's what I did.
I love Google Forms. It's a really easy interface, and you just, it's as easy as she just explains. You just choose the media you want to attach to it, or you can type your own thing in there and just have them do open-ended. You can do multiple choice. They have a lot of options.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Love
sharing that. Okay, I might start calling on people. Anyone else that would like to share? Or
Well, what?
you can either share, or you can maybe say, maybe you have a concern. Maybe you're not sure how to incorporate conversation in your classroom. So that's fine. That's welcome too.
Well, this is Miss Henry. Since hi, since some of our sixth graders will be moving up to seventh grade, what I've been doing, I've been using Edpuzzle because I do like the videos with guided questions. And I've been doing a lot of writing activities with my students. And so we've been, for this last week and this week and probably until June, we've been doing lots of biographies and autobiographies. And so when we do a reading of autobiography or biography, I have them do a writing assignment every Thursday. And so the last writing assignment was of Ruby Bridges. To imagine yourself in 1960s, and if you were Ruby Bridges, what would you have done? And so when they went to Edpuzzle, the same story, the story of Ruby Bridges, that was the same story that I found on Edpuzzle. I created the guided questions, and it read it aloud to them. For some of my kids, some of my struggling students, they were able to listen to it, listen to the audio. And so every day, every week, my students have been doing writing assignments. I've been seeing quite a few improvement in their grammar, the conventions, their the length. First, when we started off, I would get a student that only would give me 4 sentences, and that was it. But now I have students that are extending it to a page long. They're putting in more effort into their writing. So I appreciate that. I know Miss Moore and Miss Williams, they pushed that Edpuzzle, and so I finally got around to get on Edpuzzle. I did ask BB her thoughts on it as well. And so my students, they love the Edpuzzle. And so that's what I've been working on each week, trying to get them prepared for 7th grade, is writing more, writing and thinking more.
Cool.
Thank you for sharing that. That's awesome. 7th grade teachers everywhere are thanking you, because any writing that you can incorporate into your curriculum is what we need. Is there the time is 10:33, so I don't want to go over the time that we set. Is there anyone else that has a comment about discourse in the classroom or would like to share anything?
My song was India Ari, I Am Not My Hair.
I love that song, and I love her. I appreciate that. Okay.
Your hair looks very nice, Bradley, and you look very free and very cool with it. And you already set for the summer, girl.
Hey, Bradley, must be nice to have hair.
Oh, girl, I don't consider having hair. I've been calling myself bald, and I've been trying to deal with that.
Well, you're beautiful, so
Thank you.
Thank you. You're beautiful.
All right, everyone. It's as much as I love seeing y'all, I'm sure you have millions of things to do. So I just appreciate y'all for being open to share your awesome songs. Please share your songs and your tools that you referenced today in our meeting. I'll start my post and then you can just kind of add to it or whatever. But thanks again, and I hope that y'all stay safe, stay healthy, and enjoy yourself as much as possible.
When is our next meeting? 2 weeks?
I think we're gonna keep going every other
Every
week.
2 weeks?
So,
Okay, so that's the next one with the ELA team, 2 weeks.
yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
and the one from that was postponed or stopped yesterday, we're still waiting to be announced when the next thing is. Okay.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
that's the only new and old business on the table, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So whenever I find out about grades, I'll share it, but I'm gonna find out the same way y'all find out, probably on Remind or email. But I'll be
Okay.
sure to let y'all know in the group me message, just in case.
Okay. Well,
All right.
Louis, adios, Louis.
I'll see y'all later.
Bye, everyone.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. Okay. Bye-bye.
I'm trying to post my song.
What was your song? Oh yeah, Marvin Gaye. Yeah.
What's going on?
I have a class. In a minute. I pushed it back. So I'm gonna be meeting with them in a minute.
Cool, me too. I got to get on it. All right.
All right, later, Gator.
Later.
Okay, later. Hasta luego. I'm working on my Spanish. I'm gonna be hablaring when I get back to work.
They say the safest safest Spanish country right now is Uruguay. Uruguay.
Oh,
yeah.
Uruguay. Is
That's
that
great.
my greenie on here?
Miss Green?
Green?
Yes, I'm on here. Y'all,
Oh,
my toddler
Greenie.
is like in full mode.
How are you, Greenie?
Wanting to
How
get
are
out of
you?
the house, but scared to leave.
Stay in the house, Greenie, with those babies. Stay in the house. It's
We do
all
not
good.
go anywhere. People think I am nuts. Like, I don't let them go anywhere. I drop
Yeah.
them off at my mom's house, even when I go to the store. I don't let them out to do
Yeah,
nothing.
my grandkids are older, and they haven't been out since somewhere in February. But,
Yeah, I know my daughter has like severe cabin fever. I
yeah,
feel
well,
sorry for
they
her,
go
but-
outside. My oldest one walks up and down the sidewalk. That's it. He's outside because I stay. You could say basically in the country. So he's up and down the sidewalk, but that's it. Cut some grass or whatever. But he can't no. But
Yeah.
I did my video with those people.
Uh-huh.
It was a hard read to the bone.
Oh Lord, I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all see what I'm saying?
Oh no, it's okay.
All over his face.
Kiddos.
Yeah, that video was horrible to the bone. They wrote me a nice little email and said that that they're gonna coach me and help me.
Oh yeah,
Girl,
they
it's
will
that-
too. They do a really good job with that. They have a really supportive platform.
That's that age group. I'm first of all, I'm not used to that what is it, TPR? I'm not used to
Yeah,
that.
I know that was the most difficult part to do because when I first started doing it, it was like really cheesy, and my daughter was like, "You look fake. Like this doesn't look real." I was like, "Okay, well let me try to be myself then." So I got into the hang of it or whatever. But at first, girl, it was real cheesy for me. I looked a mess.
Oh yeah, it looks horrible, but then and I can't, and I don't like scripts. When I'm supposed to be remembering to say something, I always mess that up. I have to just be. If I can't be natural, then I'm in trouble. Cause me
Yeah,
in
it
a
gets
script.
better. Like after I taught like my first couple of classes, like it got a lot better for me.
Yeah,
I found my own voice, and like I started looking at like how other teachers teach their classes, and everybody has their own style. It's just like teaching a regular class. Nobody class looks the same.
Yeah, I saw some really good ones, but I said, first of all, I'm not used to teaching that age group, and it's hard for me. So I probably need to find one of those, maybe high school or middle school, where I teach writing or something in English. But I don't know. I had given up when I sent it in, but they said, no, we got you in a net. You're not gonna fall. We're gonna coach you. So
Yeah, they will.
well,
they will help you.
I'll
They have
see.
different classes and stuff that they hold virtually. So they have a really good platform.
So I'm gonna see where that goes. I'll keep you informed.
Okay, then.
All right, nice to see you, Greenie. I can't let you see me. My hair is snow white. I got 2 bottles of dye, and I said I'm keeping these until I'm waiting for the world to come back. you know. And I said to color my gray. I've kept my 2 bottles of rinse the whole process, and I said no, I'm not gonna do this to sit in the house. I'm gonna hold on to
I
this
know
for when.
my hair is just growing. I just haven't. I mean, a lot of times I wear it free, but today I didn't feel like combing it out, so I wrapped it up.
Oh yeah. Well, see, I had a problem with this afro. If I don't put some kind of braids in it, that sucker is unmanageable. I can't pull a comb through it. It looks horrible, and it's too thick. So I'll take it and finger braid it. Just braid it off, section it off, and braid it to soften it up, and then turn around and use a big pick and comb it. And it's just and then it's gray on top of that. It has so much gray in it, and it's just. But I'm not stupid enough to go sit in somebody's chair talking about
Come on
braiding.
now. Come on now.
I just
Not
said
happening. I'll
somebody
get at home and do it myself.
somebody asked me out on a date, a new date, right? And I said July.
Okay,
In July. I say we'll have lunch somewhere in July. That's it. June to the lie. But I'll holler at you later, Greenie. Go ahead and enjoy your kids. I mean, it has been a blessing, I'm sure, being home with your kids. God is good.
Yes, I do like being at home with them.
Yeah. So I'll talk to you next time.
All right.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.